Hey, welcome back to episode 2 of the Dr. Terror for this week. We're doing stages 6 through 9. So, on this level, on this Terror Stage 6, we have a boom cannon here on the right. I figured, well, I could just avoid that by deploying my troops on the beach and then flaring them to the left. And then you only have a couple of cannons to take out. As you'll see when we get to stage 10, I actually messed up. I'll leave that mess up in for the end of the episode. So little medics there are getting hit by that rocket launcher. So I decided to deploy a smoke there so they don't sit there and heal each other. Even though there's not going to be anything there that's hitting my tanks. Okay, on to Terror Stage 7. So there are 2 shockers on Stage 7. They have 10,500 health. But if you look, that shocker on the left can be totally avoided. You can be out of range if you go to the right side of the map. But you will need to take out the shocker on the right side, because it is in range of the headquarters. It's a nice beefy looking rocket launcher there that you have to worry about. But tanks and medics can shrug off a single rocket launcher pretty easily. Even a single max level shock launcher isn't too bad for tanks and medics. They do interrupt the DPS by a little bit, but not too bad. As long as the medics aren't sitting right next to the tanks, then the shock launcher is not too big of a deal. But if you have a shock launcher hitting your medics and tanks at the same time, then it prevents the medics from healing the tanks, because the shock launcher has a max level shock launcher's a 3-second stun every 5 seconds, and that can take away I guess 60% of the heals. Getting some intel here, and now we're on to stage 8. Let's see. Well, I see that I have to take out. I can either, if you go to the right side, you have to take out 2 boom cannons and 1 cannon. If you go to the left side, you have to only take out 1 boom cannon and the 4 cannons. And I decided I will go to the left side. So I'm going to take out that 1 boom cannon that was close to the beach just to be safe, and then flare up to the left side. And there is... These guys are sort of spreading out there. I want to keep them more to the left. That one guy was getting close to that boom cannon. He probably would have made his way in range if I wouldn't have flared there. These cannons seem to be a fairly low level. Lately I've been messing up with my activating my flares as opposed to using artillery. I actually had a task force op I did yesterday where I meant to use a flare, and instead I used a artillery shell right on top of my medics and killed 7 of them in one shot, and a tank. And today I messed up on Terror Stage 10 by using a flare instead of an artillery. Because what happens is I'm using a mouse and a keyboard, and I will click on the gunboat energy item that I want to use, and for whatever reason sometimes it doesn't activate it. Okay, so on Terror Stage 9 we have there's a shock launcher and 2 boom cannons. I decide it looks a little better to go to the right, because if you go to the right you should be out of range of that one shock launcher if you have tanks and medics or Zookas. You can be on the far right. So there's really not much to take out, just 1 boom cannon. Speed that up. Not sure why all those tanks were in range of that flamethrower. They're supposed to be out of range of a flamethrower, but sometimes they do wander within range. Looks like I'm using my gunboat energy that I have to take out the shock launcher just to be safe. Because the shock launcher does have really good range. Okay, so now I'm out of range of everything. They're up there in the corner. We're speeding this up because it's pretty boring. I don't really have anything to talk about. Okay, on to Terror Stage 10. Okay. This is the one where I mess up on. So there's that one rocket launcher, and you can either go to the right or the left side, I guess. Mostly a mix of machine guns, flamethrowers, one rocket launcher there close to the beach. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna go to the right. But the left would probably work too. So I'm gonna take out the one node over there. Got a bunch of stuff that's really close together. Take out one cannon. Trying to keep everything close to the right side, but even though I've deployed them there, they all kind of want to go, or at least a lot of them want to go to the left. I should flare, but I'm waiting for that rocket launcher to die before I launch a flare. So then I launch a flare as soon as the rocket launcher dies, so that they don't get in range. But I don't put the flare in the right place, and the tanks still want to go over there to that cannon on the left. Okay, so there's where I mess up. See that? I launched the flare all the way up to that cannon instead of using and I'm like, I didn't even notice it. I'm like, what the heck is going on there? So then I flare back, And I see all my medics died. So I'm retreating. Well, 6 of my medics died, and 1 of the tanks. Well, thanks for watching, and I will post my next episode will be 10, 11, 12, or however far I get. Please post any comments or suggestions that you have, and if you want to see more of the upcoming videos, subscribe. Have a great day.